Thank you, Lavanya. Everkum vanakkam. Thank you, all of you. Piyush for taking time off his hectic schedule. I saw him yesterday at a rally in downtown Coimbatore, and the kind of energy that a politician, a leader has is amazing. I mean, the way he travels, he speaks, apart from being a professional, the way he has evolved as a politician, we have all seen as journalists in Mumbai. I've seen him up close as a chartered accountant, as a person who's worked there, from there coming here. And for Tamil Nadu especially, a word for Piyush ji is the way he has become, Tamil Nadu de Magan. That is a kind of a son of Tamil Nadu, the way he has become. And I'll ask him a few questions about the Tamil words that he's picked up also, that would also be really interesting to look at. Just to tell you a few things about this concept of the News 18 network town hall. This we hold across the network, across languages. News 18 network, as you are aware, has 23 channels in 14 different languages, multiple digital platform, national channels like CNN News 18, News 18 India, CNBC, and of course, regional powerhouse like News 18 Tamil Nadu. Of course, Karthikeya Chelvan, our editor, is a well-known face for all of you. I welcome Piyush ji, not taking too much time, and thank you all of you for coming in. Lavanya, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vivek sir, for the welcome address. Now I request Vivek sir and our senior editor, Karthikeya Chelvan, to felicitate our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Thiru Piyush Goyal ji. Thank you, sir. With that, now I request our Honorable Minister to give a special address for West Region Town Hall initiated by News 18 Tamil Nadu. Honorable Piyush Goyal ji, to give a special address.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to participate in the town hall. Young friends, delighted to be in this beautiful city of Coimbatore, and amongst all of you, bright young minds who are going to shape the destiny of India. And I think if we look at the story of Viksit Bharat 2047, that is the journey that we are all embarking upon, the journey to take India to greater heights, the journey to make sure that every child born in India gets a good quality of life, gets equal opportunities to craft his own destiny. That journey rests on your broad shoulders. And therefore, it's very appropriate that you have organized this interaction with young boys and girls. I'll only share 3 or 4 small perspectives with you. One, today India has awakened to come out of that colonial mindset which had for years held us back from dreaming big, from having big ambitions, big goals in life. There was a time young children would typically go to college and run a very typical a path of looking for a government job. Depending on your marks, you decide to go become an engineer or a doctor. And it was less your interest, more circumstances would determine our fate. I can share my own journey. When I was out of school, 10th standard, typically, if you got good marks, you had to join science stream and possibly become an engineer or a doctor. I never wanted to become an engineer. I wanted to always be in the world of finance from childhood. But after your 10th standard marks come, how can you join commerce? People will be shocked. And so you join first year science, then you start preparing for joint entrance exam, ready to become an engineer, try to get admission in a good engineering college. I was going down that path, much to my dissatisfaction. But I was blessed, I was lucky that when I sat with my brother, my family, I think it was halfway through the 11th standard, and when I shared that I'm really not enjoying these studies, I'm even scared of the cockroach that I had to cut in the science laboratory. And the family said, no, you pursue your own path. So instead of becoming a lousy engineer, like Mr. Madhavan in Three Idiots, you've seen Three Idiots, the movie? How many of you have seen it? It came in Tamil also, wow. I think many of my young friends have not seen it. A very, very interesting movie. It will give you an insight into the old way of education, the education system that prevailed earlier. And I was going to be a victim of the same system. But fortunately, halfway through 11, I decided to shift to commerce, and then, of course, I became a law graduate and chartered accountant, which was my calling in life, which was my passion. But let me tell you, when I shifted from science to commerce, I almost found it impossible to get admission. All colleges said you'll have to start from 11th standard again. I said, but I know the subject. I can do well in the university, in the exams. But with great difficulty, I got admission. Today, with the national education policy, we have made the entire education system very flexible and tailor-made for young men and women to pursue their dreams, to follow the chart of life that you want to do. Maybe you may join science, you may think you want to become a doctor. Maybe a year or two later you decide to do something else. That study will never be wasted. You will get credits for that. You will not have to repeat and go back, like I was told, start from 11th standard all over again. You can get credits for whatever studies you do. You can do course correction in life. And like this is just one example I'm giving which will help you to craft your future. We've started the Startup India program, the Stand Up India program. We are focusing heavily on promoting entrepreneurship through Mudra loans or Mudra schemes. We are working very hard to make sure that every child is allowed to experiment with his life, to try with new ideas and not just become a job seeker who's looking for a government 9-to-5 job. And I think that is what differentiates Gen Z, all of you, from our generation. We were working on a path which was a worn-out path, outdated. You, my friends, have an opportunity to dream big, to aspire big. You're all connected to the internet. Is there anybody in this room who doesn't have an internet connection? Not possible. Today somebody sent me a message. I've sent my phone out. Otherwise they've sent me a message that probably 10 or 20 years from now, even a book may seem like an alien creature, because all of you have become so used to the internet. And how does the internet empower you? It opens the world of opportunities for all of you. It shows you the potential that exists within you. When you are exploring or surfing the net, you may find that there is some creative activity that attracts you. You may find some new product that you think you can introduce in India, which may be available in some other part of the world. Some new service that as a startup entrepreneur you may like to provide. And today we have almost 3 lakh startups registered in the industry ministry in Delhi. When we launched Startup India 10 years ago, it was 500. From 500, it has grown to 3 lakh. That's because young men and women are today experimenting with the unknown. They're exploring new ideas. There is an inquisitiveness which we want to promote. And that, friends, is the reason why the world is looking up to India. The world recognizes that India has talent, that India has skills which are unparalleled. India has youthful energy which is not available in the developed world anymore. They are aging population. We have a youthful population. They don't work more than 4.5, 5 days in a week. You put an Indian on a job, and if the job requires, if the work requires, if a startup requires, we are ready to work 7 days a week. That differentiates young India. That is the power of youthful zeal and energy that each one of you brings to the table. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, through his various initiatives, is making an effort to reach out to all of you, to provide you with opportunities, to provide you with a new way of living, a new way of working, a new way of exploring, both in India and internationally. The power of India's passport has never been stronger than today. You go anywhere in the world, I am from India, you will see a gleam in the person's eyes. Oh, you're from India. Because Indians are respected. Indian youth and your talent is desirable across borders, across the world. I often have to go for my work to finalize free trade agreements, to promote exports, to promote investments into India. And I can share with you, friends, you are the envy of the world. The world wants you. After all, in the last 3.5 years, we could do 9 free trade agreements. Those free trade agreements open up a world of opportunities for all of you. But the reason other countries also want to work with India is because they recognize what India and Indians can do, nobody in the world can do. So friends, go for it. Don't settle for second best. We have to be the best. We have to be the best quality. We have to be the most competitive prices or value for whatever work we do. Don't run for a job or a government job, or don't go for a run-of-the-mill path. Think of new careers. Think of new activities. Media, huge opportunity today. Artificial intelligence, tremendous potential. The creative world, with lot of work happening on creative activities through use of technology. Look at the movies that are made nowadays. Look for technical skills. Look for cyber security skills. See what you can do with tourism. See if you can come up with an innovative financial idea. There is so much and more that in the old days we didn't even know of. But you are privileged to have all that information at the click of the mouse. So go for it, friends. Dream big, aim big, aspire big, and achieve big. My best wishes to all of you.
Thank you so much for the inspirational speech, Union Minister. Next, we are heading on to an interesting Q&A session with our Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, which will be moderated by our Vivek Narayan sir and Karthikeya Chilvan sir.
Thank you, Piyush ji. Thank you, Lavanya. If you all can hear me, are the levels okay? Fine. It was surprising to hear him say he was almost like a career counselor to you. You know, he was explaining to you how to go about, and I would have, if it were not for election time, I would have requested him to sit some more time and take questions from you. I mean, this is a genuine exposure from a Karma Yogi, a person who's working and doing it and done it and proven it. To hear from him about these things would be really interesting. But moving on to our political part of it, I mean, one small bit yesterday, day before, sitting in Tamil Nadu, Piyush ji was speaking with the Foreign Trade Minister of UAE. This is the second largest exporter of Indian goods. When in western part of Tamil Nadu, there is so much of industry here. It's supposed to be the growth engine for whole of Tamil Nadu. Whether it be the textile industries of Tirupur, whether it be eggs from Namakkal, they all are required and they move to Middle East and other places and all. Generally, when you look at crisis coming here, how do you make this industry, especially this growth engine of Tamil Nadu, how do you make it shock proof?
Well, the world has seen a number of challenges in the last few years, whether it was COVID, whether it's the Ukraine war, now the West Asia war. Country certainly is affected by all of these international developments. I think with a proactive approach where you involve the people of India and involve all sections of society with the whole of the government approach, you can always find innovative and alternate solutions to any crisis that you face. Let me share with you, by way of an example, which is easier to understand, what we do in government when a crisis comes before us. When the United States of America imposed tariffs on India and 50% tariff, our fishermen and the fish exports got very significantly impacted. And I was very worried because we have a lot of fishermen in Tamil Nadu also and other parts of the country. Almost 8 million people, 80 lakh people are dependent on fishing directly in the coastal regions. But what did India do? We did not sit and cry that, oh, fishermen are suffering. We immediately started talking to European Union. And European Union was not accepting fish from a number of Indian establishments. At the highest level, we started engaging with them. And within about 2 months or so, we got a huge market access in Europe so that fish could start getting exported to Europe in a bigger way. Simultaneously, we talked to Russia. And by the way, Russia and Europe are at war with each other. Simultaneously, we talked to Russia. We were having some problem, there was some cartelization. So we talked to the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia. He had come to meet me. And I shared with him my concern and agony that our fish exporters are not able to get your market. He went right back. It's a question of flagging off the issue with us, which the seafood exporters did, and our proactive and fast-paced action, which can solve problems. In Russia, they resolved the problem, broke the cartel, and our fish exports started going to Russia in a big way. And despite such a big challenge, will you believe that we have closed last year, we end our year in March, the year ended 31st March 2026, our seafood, fishermen's produce exports have increased in double digits. So a crisis was converted into an opportunity. And now, with the US trade deal also done, look at the double benefit. We will get back the US market, but we've also got the European and Russian market in our hand. So fish exports will now take a big jump, is our expectation. So for every challenge, one has to think out of the box and come up with solutions which will help build resilience in the country. For example, now with this West Asia war, we recognize that what Prime Minister Modi has been doing all these days, diversifying our sources of energy, oil and LNG and all, is now bearing fruit for the country. The whole world is in a challenge situation. Our neighboring country, petrol has gone up to, I think, about 400 odd Pakistani rupees. Everywhere there are shortages. But India, do you have any problem at the petrol pump or anywhere? And we've been able to maintain prices also, and I hope this ceasefire doesn't fail, and we are able to absorb the high costs of oil that we have suffered in the last 1 month, rather than having a crisis on our hand. But it clearly shows that if there is sincerity of purpose and clarity of mind, every crisis you can convert into an opportunity. And I can give you 1,000,000 examples of COVID, how the problems that would come up resulted in a solution that even today is up for India, is doing us a lot of benefit.
Yes. One question on real politics. If you look at again, a lot of young people here, most of them are film buffs, see a lot of Tamil movies. Many of them would be Vijay fans also. Coming on, nobody knows how Vijay is going to get the percentage of votes. Some say 15%, some say up to 25%. So the general understanding that a new player coming in, the anti-incumbency or the wave against the sitting government will be something that would be benefiting you, the principal opposition. So in comes an incumbent, won't he bite some of your
Very
votes?
clearly, there is a massive anti-incumbency wave against DMK. I've gone around the state. People are disgusted with the corruption levels in Tamil Nadu. People are very unhappy about the law and order situation. They're unhappy about women's safety. Crimes against women and young girls have gone up. People are very unhappy when they read about the liquor scam, TASMAC, I believe it's called. Tamil Nadu is reduced to a state of liquor mafia, sand mafia, land mafia, and such a beautiful state, so much potential is getting compromised because of this inept and totally corrupt Stalin government, along with the family members, because now we have Stalin, we have his son, Mr. Udaynidhi Stalin, we have a brother-in-law, Mr. Sabrisan, we have a sister, Miss Kanimozi. I don't think any youngster likes this kind of family politics. Positions cannot be fixed. As editor, your son doesn't have a natural right to become the editor of News 18. But he has every right to become a journalist. He has every right to work hard, to aspire to become the editor like his father. But when you foist Mr. Udaynidhi Stalin as Deputy Chief Minister, and I suspect he will be the Chief Minister if by chance, God forbid, by mistake also if DMK comes back, the next Chief Minister will be Udaynidhi Stalin. And I don't know if anybody in Tamil Nadu is willing to accept Mr. Udaynidhi Stalin as the Chief Minister. With the kind of stories that I'm hearing of corruption, with the kind of stories I'm hearing of high-handed behavior, I don't think anybody is going to like or accept Udayanithi Stalin. So there's clearly an anti-incumbency way. Now we have actors, and I quoted an actor when I gave my opening address. I quoted Amir Khan, I quoted Madhavan. Madhavan is from Tamil Nadu? Now, Madhavan made a very good photographer, as those who have seen Three Idiots know. But he would not have been a very good engineer, would he? Suppose I had not done chartered accountancy, I would have been a lousy engineer. Would you not like to have somebody with experience, somebody who knows how to govern, somebody who has a track record, or will fan following? See, going as a fan to see him, if Amitabh Bachchan was there outside, I would also run out to go and see Amitabh Bachchan. Probably all of you would make the room empty. I would be sitting, or we would be sitting alone. They would all be outside to meet Amitabh Bachchan, or even Mr. Vijay for that matter. But do you want to put the destiny of the children of Tamil Nadu into an inexperienced hand? I suspect not. And people of Tamil Nadu are very smart. These days the Gen Z understands what's good for them. They very clearly know that a good film star can make a good film. He can act very well. But that doesn't mean that he can run the government very well. So let's make sure that we have a government that governs, that brings good governance, that ensures the development of the state of Tamil Nadu, and that does not act as a politician alone, or act as he's already, I believe, made dreams to become the chief minister. That's what I keep hearing from here and there. We've had this before. We saw Shivaji Ganesanji come into politics. Last time Kamal Hassan stood from Coimbatore. Bharati Srinivasan defeated him in Coimbatore, resounding defeat. We've seen Mr. Vijay Kant comes once upon a time. So I think film stars are best suited for the role that they have been asked to do. Imagine if let's say the new editor of TV News 18 was asked, and I don't mean it literally, but was asked to repair a aeroplane. Would you travel in that aeroplane? Any of you would be willing to travel in an aeroplane that has a technical snag, and I am going there to repair it, or he is going there to repair it? Will anybody go on that? I'd love to know. There is a specialist for every job. I think Mr. Vijay's entry into politics is welcome, but he must learn the ropes like Ms. Jayalalitha did, or Mr. MGR did. Thiru MGR came into politics from the film industry, but he didn't become chief minister next day, did he? He worked in the DMK for several years. Then I think he became secretary. Then he became treasurer. Then he became propaganda secretary and toured the whole state. I believe after 30 years in politics, he became chief minister. Ms. Jayalalitha worked for decades in public life before she became chief minister. And you remember the young boys and girls may not know, but the older people in the room will tell you, go back home and ask your parents the law and order situation during Amma's time. Ask your parents about the women's safety when Jayalalitha ji was the chief minister. Ask your parents about the development activities. Ask your parents who sanctioned this long flyover in Coimbatore, because of which now you don't take hours to travel from one place to the other. So I think it's development, good governance, and a future where we can see Tamil Nadu as a prosperous and developed nation. That should be our driving factor. Certainly go and watch Mr. Vijay if he comes to Coimbatore, if you like him as a star. But a star Film star can be a film star, not necessarily a square peg going into a round hole.
Sir, you have mentioned about Ms. Vanadi Srinivasan's 2021 performance. I was witnessing yesterday's your campaign for her. You have effectively managed to connect with the local crowd. I was in Ganapati and witnessed your campaign. So this western part, especially western part of Tamil Nadu, is contributing to the Indian economy significantly. So is there any roadmap for the next 10 years from your alliance for the specific western region? And also in Coimbatore, there are, IT sector is growing. This is basically a manufacturing hubs are there. So any specific roadmap for western region, sir?
See, look up our entire journey of the last 12 years. Whether it is promoting Make in India so that manufacturing grows and new job opportunities or business opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities are available for our people. Whether it is our effort to make sure that across the country 24 hours power is available. Whether it is our effort to generate more demand by investment in infrastructure. And infrastructure, my young friends will know, is the driver of the economy. There's a famous saying by Mr. John Kennedy, where he had asked rhetorically a question. Did America make great highways, or did highways make America great? And we all recognize that good quality infrastructure will determine the future of India. The Modi government is investing the highest ever amounts ever conceptualized in infrastructure creation. This year's budget has 12 lakh crores, which is going to be invested in infrastructure. Now just imagine, it's a virtuous cycle. What goes into infrastructure development? Roads, railways, airports, ports, electricity transmission grids, water supply systems. All of these are infrastructure investments. What is required for that? First and foremost, engineers, accountants, labor. People are required to create infrastructure. So jobs are created. Then you require steel, cement, electricity. You require carpets. You require electrical equipment, air conditioning equipment. You require furniture. If it's the roads, you'll require manhole covers. You'll require ducting and pipelines. It's a sector, infrastructure, which impacts hundreds of other sectors. Tiles, ceramics, bathroom fittings. It just goes on and on. The list is endless. So everybody, you can see their sponsors also. Every one of these sponsors is a benefit of infrastructure investment. Berger Paints. TMT steel bars. I wouldn't know every company what they do, but in one way or the other, everybody will have a relation to infrastructure. So all these sectors will also flourish with growing demand. What will these sectors do? They'll create jobs for people. Would you agree with the analysis? Jobs in infrastructure, jobs in all the inputs that go into infrastructure. With jobs, people make money, income comes in. What do they do with that income? They'll spend. Everybody wants a better quality of life. When they spend that money, it generates demand for goods and services. That creates further jobs, which is why I think I use the word virtuous cycle of growth. We are trying to provide that, which will help industry. Obviously, it will grow industry, grow in trade. Second, we are focusing on international economy. India cannot afford to remain isolated in the world. 9 free trade agreements the Modi government has entered into cover 38 developed nations. All the top rich countries of the world, today we have an FTA with, covering nearly 2/3 of global trade and 2/3 of global economy. Now friends, just imagine what huge opportunities now. We have preferential market access in those countries. In fact, if you ask me, yesterday I met one industrialist, early morning, afternoon, as soon as I reached Coimbatore. He is one of the brightest stars of Coimbatore. I will not name him for confidentiality purpose. He is, I would say, a jewel of India. He makes the highest quality equipment, textile machinery, which the world looks up to. And I first comment I made, he and his son were there, I said, I'm very unhappy with you. So they got very worried. Anybody would be worried if I was to say I'm unhappy with you. I said, what happened? I said, I'm unhappy that you are not 10 times your size. You should be 10 times your size. The amount of opportunity that we are opening in the whole world. India's goods and services are in great demand all over the world. We have to come out of our cozy comfort and start looking at international markets. Our talent is unparalleled. Along with FTAs, we are also doing mobility partnerships. So our young men and women get a chance to go and work abroad. We are also doing education partnership. So high quality education institutions come down to India and set up campuses here. We are also doing startup bridge so that our startups can engage with the startups in those countries. Our effort is to open the doors of opportunity for all of you. As regards particularly Coimbatore or Tamil Nadu, we have come up with the PM Mitra Park where textiles, and by the way, textiles has a big problem. It's spread all over India. One place produces cotton, another place makes yarn, another place makes fiber, another place garmenting is done. All the goods are being shipped all the time. Heavy logistics costs. We have tried to bring all of it under the PM Mitra Park as a mega industrial textile park where all activities can be centralized. Government provides the framework, effluent treatment plant, plotted or sheds, or provides electricity, water. Make sure that the enabling infrastructure is good so that cost of production comes down, logistics cost comes down, and we become more competitive in the international market. We are coming up with many more industrial parks, which the government of India will promote along with the state governments across the country. We made sure electricity is available 24 hours. You don't need DG sets and all to run. We brought a national grid, interconnected grid. Power cost, which used to be 12 and 13 rupees for southern states, has drastically come down. We are promoting renewable energy so that pollution comes down and cheaper power is available. Solar power cost is steady for 25 years. Wind power steady for 25 years. Hydro power steady for 25 years. Doesn't escalate. So a number of initiatives to make India more competitive and ensure that industry in Coimbatore, industry in Tirupur, industry in Erode, this whole belt, Congo belt it is called? The whole Congo belt becomes an industrial powerhouse of India.
Talking of the Congo belt, another direct political question. It's all about alliances. You went ahead and have had a tie-up with the AIDMK, that becoming perhaps the bigger partner here in Tamil Nadu than the BJP. But the AIDMK that you have tied up is only a faction of what used to be the earlier AIDMK of J. Jayalalitha. It's only perhaps, you know, if you look tall, many leaders have left the party. OPS is not there. Shashikala Natarajan is not there. Senkutian is not there. I mean, there are people who have left from that thing, and won't that image of Amma J. Jayalalitha or Purachi Talaivar MGR, will that still be there in the minds of the hardcore AIDMK voter, especially in this belt? This used to be the stronghold. Will that transfer to you?
Anybody who believes in Purachi Talaivar, Jayalalitha's principles, anybody who believes in MGR's principles, anybody who is really committed to Tamil pride, Tamil culture, Tamil heritage, would not have left Anna DMK. In BJP also, our principle is nation first, party next, self last. Those who think only of themselves can never be good for the country. And if Mr. Sengotian decides to be an opportunist and leave the party and go, that's his choice. Mr. Paneer Selvam was made Chief Minister by Jayalalitha. But despite that, he created internal dissensions and tried to fight. But we saw the result last time. He could not win even a single, get the support of even any section of the ADMK. Now, if the party decides on a particular leader, we all have to go along with that. If somebody is not willing to accept the leader and he leaves, the party's core base and support base is not going to like that. So my own sense is that the ADMK remains as strong as ever. They are as relevant as ever. They have good leaders who will be able to provide a good government to Tamil Nadu, bring back development to this beautiful and state rich with diversity, rich with opportunity, rich with talent. And now this alliance, Mr. Dinakaran is there, TVK, AMMK, we have PMK, Mr. Annamalai, BJP, GK Vasan, several other senior leaders, Shanmughan, Parivender, John Pandian, all of us together provide a very strong alliance which will ensure good governance and a bright future for the state of Tamil Nadu, for the people of Tamil Nadu, working in close tandem also with the central government so that we can get the best of the schemes and opportunities that the central government also provides. And that's why I said when both center state work together as partners, the state and its people progress faster. There's that mathematical formula of A squared plus B squared. Instead of that, if you have A plus B, what's the exact formula? I'm not a mathematician. Somebody here from the children, what's the formula?
Whole square.
A squared
Plus B square equal to A plus B the whole square.
plus 2AB also comes in.
So one more political last question, sir. Annamalai made an impression during last parliamentary election here in Coimbatore. Now he is not contesting. So how are you going to retain that impression, like especially among young voters
Well,
here?
that's the beauty I just said about the BJP. We come last. For us, the nation is first, the party is next, and we are last. The party decided that Mr. Annamalai should work across the state of Tamil Nadu. He is a valuable asset and resource and senior leader. His popularity is all over the state. Every candidate wants him to come to his constituency. He's going six constituencies in a day. He was with me last night until 2 o'clock in the morning. We were discussing the strategy for the election across the state. And I don't think I would like to restrict him to one seat. Senior leaders have larger roles to perform. And I think as a disciplined soldier of the party like we all are, we all believe that party plans what is best for all of us. I worked in my life until I was 44 years old, before I got my first reasonably decent position, which was only Mumbai secretary. Mumbai secretary is one of the lowest positions in the BJP that one can get. Though I had started working at a very young age. This was the position when I was 44 years old, Mumbai secretary, after nearly 25 years of working in the party. So I think we all have our duty. The party is working for a better future for the nation and the people of India, and all of us are working to achieve that goal.
Thank you, sir. Best wishes for the elections.
Thank you, Piyush ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek sir and Karthikeyan sir, for moderating the session.